What's up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, here on the U to the Tube. So, wanted to get on here and make a video doing a recap of the finals of the New Japan Cup 2022, and also both shows of the Stardom World Climax 2022. Action-packed weekend of pro wrestling. I was finally able to get caught up. I know I've been busy over this past weekend. I attended a friend of mine's wedding, so it's been an action-packed weekend. But I finally did get around to watching these shows. So yeah, let's go through them. So first, let's go ahead and knock out New Japan Pro Wrestling. The New Japan Cup. So, the finals came down to Tetsuya Naito of LIJ versus Zack Sabre Jr. of Suzuki-gun. Now, this was definitely an entertaining match. I definitely liked the back and forth action between both. And I felt like there were many segments of both competitors trying to upstage each other. But when it was all said and done, it was a Zack driver out of nowhere, which pretty much is very similar to a Michinoku driver. Hits the Zack driver on Tetsuya Naito to get the 1, 2, 3. And for the second time ever, Zack Sabre Jr. has won the New Japan Cup, which means he will go on to challenge Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And as a matter of fact, he is going to get that match at Hyper Battle 2022, which the match will take place on Saturday, April 9th at the Ryogoku Kokigikan venue. So that is where he will have his match. Now, of course, first time Zack Sabre Jr. won the New Japan Cup, wasn't able to successfully win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So maybe this time will be the charm. I mean, he's gotten to this point before. Normally not who I would have thought was going to win the New Japan Cup this year, but at the same time, this championship is a championship that Zack Sabre Jr. still has never won. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he'll dethrone Okada at Hyper Battle 22? I don't know. Something tells me I don't think he will, but something tells me that he might end up pulling it off. He might end up pulling it off. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Naito just recently beat Okada to advance to the finals of the New Japan Cup. So I mean, hey, it could happen. It could happen. I mean, like I said, Zack Sabre Jr. has done this before, has won this tournament before. It's just a matter of, will he get the job done this time against Okada? We'll have to see. We will have to see. But once again, Zack Sabre Jr. is your New Japan Cup tournament winner. And you can just ignore my dog barking in the background. Anyway, let's go on to Stardom World Climax. So they had two shows. The first show was the best. Second show was the top. So we're going to start off with the best. But I have to say, both shows were great. Had quite a lineup. And I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. This was a great pay-per-view. Two shows of awesome action in this women's promotion. Anyway, the best. So show one the best. Started off with the Future of Stardom Championship. We got to see the two sisters battle it out as the champion, Hanan of Stars, went up against her youngest sister, Rina of Oedo Tai. So these two ladies know each other very well. Like I said, these are two out of the three sisters, with Hina being the middle sister, Hanan being the oldest, Rina being the youngest. So nice little sibling rivalry match here, and it was good. It was good for the both of them. Definitely both were showcased very well. Very much back and forth, and there were some close calls there where it looked like Rina was about to pull it off, but not so. Not so. Hanan was able to get a not one but hit two backdrop drivers, with the second one being the pin, 1, 2, 3, to put away Rina. So it took two backdrop drivers for her to put her away, and Hanan was able to retain the Future of Stardom Championship in the first show. So very well done there. But good opening match. Really good opening match. Next up, we had Saya Ida of Stars taking on Mirai of Donna Del Mundo. And I have to say, I actually enjoyed this match a lot more than I thought I would. This match actually surprised me. And when you think about it, it's a very intriguing matchup. Mirai and Saya Ida. Of course, Saya Ida, not too long ago, finally made her return from injury. And, I definitely like her new gear. Her new gear is really cool. But, this was a very intriguing matchup between these two ladies. I mean, Mirai's still kind of fresh with her Stardom career so far. And Saya Ida's definitely, been with Stardom for quite a number of years. But I really liked how both these ladies were showcased in this match. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch between these two ladies. I actually thoroughly enjoyed this match, like from start to finish. And I was kind of surprised. With the finisher, as Mirai actually made Saya Ida tap out to pretty much sort of similar to Kushida's hoverboard lock in a way, but got her with the submission and made Saya Ida tap out. And it's been a while since I've seen Saya Ida tap out, so I was actually kind of surprised to see that finish from Mirai. But yeah, a big victory for Mirai of Donna Del Mundo. And like I said, I like her. I liked her when she debuted with Donna Del Mundo in Stardom. I definitely like her. But of course, she was another one like Thikla that came from the Ice Ribbon promotion. Like I said, it's not a promotion that I've watched a lot of in the past, but from what I've been seeing so far of Mirai, I like Mirai. I definitely like her. So congrats to her on the victory. That was a big victory over a vet like Saya Ida. Next up, we had the tag team gauntlet match. So this involved 4 teams, 6 women to each team. So starting out, we had the team of Oedo Tai's Saki Kashima, Fukiken Def, and Roka. We also had starting out Cosmic Angels, Waka Tsukiyama, Mina Shirakawa, and actually had Stars Momo Kogo on this team. So I was actually kind of surprised. I was really surprised. But that was what started off. And then later we had Queen's Quest, Lady C, Azumi, Miyu Amasaki. And then we had Donna Del Mundo's Natsupoi, Himeka, and Mai Sakurai. And it was a very action-packed match. All four teams definitely were well showcased. I just thought it was really weird seeing Momokogo on the Cosmic Angels team. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. But I mean, you had Tam Nakano and Unagi Sayaka in a tag team match later, so I mean, it was the best that they could really do to avoid double duty. So totally understandable. It just looked kind of weird, but it's all good. It's all good. And then the order of elimination went like this. So Saki Kashima pinned Waka Tsukiyama with the after hitting the My Emblem. So Cosmic Angels got eliminated by Oedo Tai. And then Azumi of Queen's Quest ended up pinning Saki Kashima kind of like with a bridge pin. Like it was, I guess it was sort of like a reversal, but she was able to pin Saki Kashima, eliminating Oedo Tai. And then Himeka of Donna Del Mundo ended up eliminating Queen's Quest by pinning Lady C after hitting a JP coaster. Therefore, Donna Del Mundo wins the tag team Gauntlet, with them being the last remaining team standing. I mean, I'm not too surprised of the outcome, especially being that Donna Del Mundo was the last team in the Gauntlet. So I'm not really that surprised that that was the ending. I thought maybe for a moment that Queen's Quest was going to win, but I mean, you have to also remember who's on each team, and Donna Del Mundo didn't have a rookie on their team, so I mean they do have a rookie on their team in Mai Sakurai, but I mean, well, now that I think about it, one of those ladies was going to take the pin. The only thing that kind of stood out was Saki Kashima got pinned when Oedo Tai got eliminated, which I thought it would have been more so Ruoka than Saki Kashima, but yeah, I don't know, just little things like that, no big deal, just little things like that. But Donna Del Mundo was the surviving tag team, therefore they were victorious. And then we had a tag team match, a Donna Del Mundo Prominence Showdown. We had Donna Del Mundo's Thekla, the SWA champion, teaming up with Micah, 1/3 of the Artist of Stardom Trios Championships. And they went up against Prominence's Risa Sera and Suzu Suzuki. Now, I was really more zoned in on Prominence because, like I said, I wasn't originally familiar with these two ladies, other than, was informed that they came from Ice Ribbon. But I have to say, Prominence definitely looked strong in this match. Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, and sure enough, Suzuki ended up defeating Donna Del Mundo when she hit a deadlift German suplex, pinning Thekla. Which, dang, is it me, or does it seem like Thekla gets pinned quite a bit ever since winning the SWA championship? I don't know. With her being a singles champion, I just felt like, I don't know, maybe Micah should have taken the pin. I don't know. Either way, I kind of predicted that Prominence was going to win this match, so it doesn't really surprise me. But I was really zoned in on that team in particular, just because they were new to me, being that I'm not familiar with these ladies specifically, so had some extra eyes on them. All right, next up we had the Goddess of Stardom tag titles on the line, as Koguma and Hazuki, FWC, Fukuoka Double Crazy, which still a very interesting tag team name, defended against Oedo Tai's Black Desire, made up of Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe. And I have to say, I definitely enjoyed this match. It was definitely action packed. And both these teams went at it. I really liked what both these teams brought to this match. And I did really like the double team that Momo and Starlight Kid did on Hazuki. It was like an assisted shonen or shoten. I meant to say shoten. It was like an assisted shoten. Thought that was a really cool double team. But sure enough, Momo was able to pin Koguma with the Peach Thunder, which looks very similar to Naruki Doi's Muscular Bomb from Dragon Gate. I thought they both looked very similar. But Momo Watanabe, the Black Peach, was able to pin Koguma and be crowned new Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions. Her, Momo Watanabe, and Starlight Kid. And the interesting thing about this, I believe this was only their second time teaming up. Like, dang, second time teaming up and they win the titles. That says something. That says something. But I told myself that it probably wasn't going to be too long before Starlight Kid won another title. Because, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that she lost her high-speed championship to Azumi. And then, Momo Watanabe hasn't really had a championship in a long while. While I would have wanted her to be a singles champion by now, this was the best they could do. So, Momo Watanabe has a championship again. She's now one half of the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions. And you know what? I like this team. Black Desire, Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid. I think this is a team that can have a good run as champs. I mean, FWC, Koguma, Hazuki, they had a great run. But I really feel that it's time for Hazuki to be inserted back into the singles title picture, as well as Koguma, because at some point I would like to see Koguma have another high-speed title run. At least, doesn't have to be necessarily soon, but maybe before the end of this year, I would like to see Koguma get another high-speed title run. So, we'll see what happens, but that's what I would like to see. But new champions crowned, Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions, Momo Watanabe, Starlight Kid, Black Desire of Oedo Tai. Alright, next up we had a tag team match where we had the in-ring return to stardom of Kairi as she teams up with the leader of stars, Mayu Iwatani, to take on Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano and Unagi Sayaka. Now, it was good to see Kairi back in the ring. She definitely didn't miss a step. I felt like she looked good. Very little rust. I really liked the segments that she did with Tam Nakano, how they were kind of lying down on the mat facing each other. I really liked the double team sequence Tam did against Mayu and Kairi, just doing like the Matrix and just hitting them both with the double drop kick. I really liked that sequence. That was a really cool sequence. But yeah, Mayu and Kairi, who have teamed up before in the past, definitely didn't miss a beat. And it was just really cool. But man, Kairi busted out that back fist. Woo-wee! I mean, Kairi's got a dangerous spinning back fist, and she did not hesitate to bust it out. And of course, the thing of beauty, she hit the insane elbow. That patented diving elbow drop. She hit it on Unagi Sayaka. I thought she was going to get the pin, but she called for Mayu to do the moonsault. Got the 1, 2, 3. And Mayu Iwatani and Kairi win the match after Mayu's moonsault. I really wanted to see Kairi get the pin, though. But, man, that diving elbow drop, that insane elbow, one of the best elbow drops in the business. And Kairi nailed it easily. Nailed it easily. So, it was really, really great to see Kairi back in the ring. And, you know, word is that she's not quite full-time. She's probably going to be used in special events. Who knows? May have her do some commentary. Maybe doing regular shows, perhaps. I think that's very possible. But word is that she's not a full-timer with Stardom. So we'll see what happens after the whole event, after, you know, both shows. But definitely it was good to see her out there. She looked great. Welcome back, Kairi, to Stardom. All right. We had the Wonder of Stardom Championship on the line as the champion. This was a Queen's Quest showdown. The champion, the Golden Phoenix, Saya Kamitani, went up against the Red Queen, the leader of Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita. Now, let's also remember, Saya Kamitani has never been able to defeat Utami Hayashishita. I mean, she's challenged her for the red belt, lost, and there were many other times before that. I believe even, I think the 5-star Grand Prix or Cinderella, or 5-star Grand Prix, I believe. But yeah, there were at least a couple of times these two ladies have faced each other one-on-one, and Saya Kamitani has not been able to defeat Utami Hayashishita. It's been the one of the main ladies that has eluded her. But it was at this match where things ended up being different. I gotta give a lot of credit to Saya's resiliency as much as Utami's resiliency, because she was getting rocked quite a bit from Utami in this match. But at the same time, Saya has really not hesitated with her high-flying ways and her matches. And the thing that just stands out to me is, you know, compared to a lot of the ladies on Stardom, I mean, she is, you know, kind of one of the taller ladies. She might not be as tall as Lady C or Himeka, but she's still decently tall for an Asian woman. So to see her do a lot of what she does, I think is just pretty impressive. But just back and forth, Utami did not make it easy for her. But one thing's for sure is Saya definitely earned this victory and was able to nail Utami, the Red Queen, with a Phoenix Splash to get the 1, 2, 3. And for the first time, she's finally defeated Utami Hayashishita to retain the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Great match. Definitely enjoyed it. And these two ladies have a lot of history. Not only as opponents, but also as tag team partners. I mean, they're known as Aphrodite. They're both, you know, former Goddess of Stardom tag team champions. So these ladies have a lot of chemistry. A lot of history together as teammates and as opponents. And of course, you know, still, they're stablemates. So definitely a great match. Definitely happy that Saya was able to finally defeat the Red Queen. So, definitely glad to see them keeping Saya Kamitani strong. And then the main event of Stardom World Climax, the best, was for the World of Stardom Championship, the red belt. Another Donna Del Mondo showdown. As Shuri, the champion, defended against the leader of Donna Del Mondo, Julia. Now, this pretty much was the end of the line between these two ladies, and also for Donna Del Mondo. But I must say, what I expected to happen definitely happened. Julia and Shuri beat the ever living crap out of each other. I mean, strikes. You know, a little bit of high flying from Shuri. Just submission here, submission there. These ladies beat the crap out of each other. Like, it really could have gone either way. And there's just so much history with these two ladies. Even, you know, as opponents and as tag team partners. Like, they let it all out. It was very entertaining. Very entertaining. Because these are two of the strongest ladies on the roster when you think about it. Julia and Shuri, these are two of the strongest ladies on that entire roster. So, I mean, I know we got Utami. I know there's Mayu, but, you know, let's not forget all that Julia's been able to accomplish up to now as well. But these ladies flat out destroyed one another, tore each other apart inside the ring, outside of the ring. It was crazy. So many near falls, so many close calls. But when it was all said and done, Shuri was able to spinning backfist Julia a few times, and then hit her with that modified looking one-wing angel-like finisher. Somebody has to let me know what the name of that finisher is, because I still don't know what Shuri's new finisher name is. But she hit Julia with that and was able to get the 1, 2, 3 to retain the World of Stardom Championship. And then it was said afterwards that going forward, it's over between Shuri and Julia, and Shuri is going to form her own path, which also means she will be starting her own unit. So, she has left Donna Del Mondo. Shuri, as of that, no longer with Donna Del Mondo, and Shuri is going to start her own unit. This is big. This is big. And at the same time, I'm not surprised that it came down to this, because I felt like this was what was going to happen at this moment. That pretty much the faction was going to be split. And sure enough, Shuri is leaving Donna Del Mondo and wants to start her own faction. Now, one thing that does stand out to me, who is Shuri going to get? Who is going to side with Shuri? I mean, it's going to be interesting. I wonder who within Donna Del Mondo will actually join Shuri. Like, it makes me wonder what originals may stick with Julia, or may join Shuri. We know that it's been revealed of Shuri's bodyguard, who turns out to be Amy Mira, which I have no idea. I don't really know anything about her. So if y'all know anything about Amy Mira, do comment and share. But that's her bodyguard, which means I think it's safe to say that that is Shuri's first member of her new unknown faction, because there's not a name for it. Um, my guess, if you ask me, I think Mai Sakurai, Thekla, and Mirai are going to stay under Shuri, or not under Shuri, under Julia for Donna Del Mundo. I think those three ladies are going to stay under Julia. So that's four right there. Mai Hime Poi, I could see joining Shuri. I could actually see those three ladies joining Shuri. And they'll be under a different name. I was also figuring that it's possible that Mai Hime Poi, Maika, Himeka, and Natsupoi could do their own thing as a trio. They could do their own thing, but honestly, I believe that Donna Del Mundo is going to get split down the middle, which means Thekla, Mirai, and Mai Sakurai will stay under Julia and be Donna Del Mundo. And then Shuri, I think, are going to get the other three ladies, Maika, Himeka, and Natsupoi. And then you have this Amy Mura, and then that's going to be Shuri's stable, which I assume Shuri is, going to be the leader. I'm definitely curious to see how this is going to play out, because I do wonder what the new name is going to be, what Shuri's stable, her faction is going to be named. And, with that, because you got to think about it now. So how many factions is that now? So that's Stars, there's Donna Del Mundo, there's Oedo-Tai, there's Queen's Quest, there's Cosmic Angels, there's Prominence, which I don't think they're considered signed by Stardom, but Prominence is here right now, so I guess we might as well include them, because I feel like they're still going to be feuding with Donna Del Mundo for a while. So Prominence, and then Shuri stable. That's 7 factions right there, y'all. That's potentially 7 factions in Stardom. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what happens. So, hey, it was an incredible first night. Very incredible first night. All right. Night number 2, show number 2, Stardom World Climax, the top. So, starting off, Hanan of Stars, the future Stardom champion, makes another defense, this time defending against Donna Del Mundo's Mai Sakurai. It was a decent match, but I wouldn't pick it as better than her title defense against Rina. But it was still a decent match. But, once again, another successful defense as she was able to put away Mai Sakurai with that backdrop driver for the 1-2-3. But then, after the match, Hina, the middle sister, Hina, comes out, announces that she'll be returning, because remember, she'll be returning for the Cinderella tournament. She's in the Cinderella tournament coming up in April. So Hina comes out and challenges her sister, Hanan, to a match for the future Stardom Championship. Hey, I like it. I definitely like it. I definitely like it. So, we just recently saw Hanan versus Rina, Now let's see how things go with Hanan defending the title against the middle sister, Hina. Should be good. The sibling rivalry will continue. I love it. Next up, we had the 18 Women's Cinderella Rumble, which was quite entertaining, and it was loaded. So here were the following stars, the following competitors that came out in this particular order: Unagi Sayaka, Mina Shirakawa, Ai Hozan, Maria, both of those ladies from the Marvelous promotion, Momo Kogo, Saya Ida, Aoi, Tomaka Inaba, those two previous ladies from Just Tap Out. You had Nanami Haruka Umesaki, which I believe both of those ladies are from Diana, the Diana promotion. You had Miyu Amasaki, Lady C. You had Rina Sakikashima and Ruoka. You had Waka Tsukiyama. And then the final two were Yuna Mizumori and Mei Saruga from the Gato Move / Choco Pro wrestling promotion. So, pretty action-packed. A good number of the ladies were in this Rumble before the first elimination even happened. But got to see a lot of the ladies showcased quite a bit. And, you know, it was a pretty entertaining Cinderella Rumble. And surprisingly, which I'm kind of happy at this outcome, didn't think they would pull the trigger on this, but surprisingly, Mei Saruga wins the 18-woman Cinderella Rumble. That's right, Mei Saruga from Gato Move Choco Pro Wrestling, one half of the Best Bros, won this Cinderella Rumble. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not who I expected to win, but hey, I like Mei Saruga. I've seen her quite a bit. I'm subscribed to Gato Move's YouTube channel. They do a lot of their shows. They do a lot of their live streams from their YouTube channel. So definitely check out Gato Move. They have some pretty entertaining matches. And I mean, they've had ladies, you know, they've had Riho on there. They've had Hikaru Shida on there. They have, you know, Emi Sakura is from there. Like, you know, a lot of ladies, different ladies have wrestled on there. Ryo Mizunami has wrestled on there. So, a lot of different stars on there. And they got men on there as well. Like I said, Bayan Anaki is one half of the Best Bros with Mei Saruga. So, I mean, they got a lot of different folks that have wrestled for Choco Pro / Gato Move. So, really like what they have there. But yeah, congrats to Mei Saruga on winning that Cinderella Rumble. I thought that was pretty cool. Next up, we had singles match. We had Utami Hayashishita of Queen's Quest going up against Mirai of Donna Del Mundo. Now, of course, Utami was going into this match after previously losing in the Wonder of Stardom Championship match to Saya Kamitani. Mirai coming off of a victory over Saya Ida. And these two ladies definitely gave a good match. But when it was all said and done, something that you normally don't see was Utami actually winning this match via submission. Something you normally don't see. But she was able to submit Mirai with sort of like a rear naked choke. And yeah, won the match by submission. So I thought that was very surprising. Not surprised that Utami won the match, but that she won the match via submission. I did not expect that to happen because She usually doesn't win her matches that way. But hey, I'm all for it. I am all for it. And then next up, we had another singles match. We had Hazuki of Stars taking on Oedo Tai's Momo Watanabe, who just recently won one half of the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles with Starlight Kid. So this was pretty much a grudge match, and there's been a lot of heat not only between Momo Watanabe and Azumi, but also between Momo Watanabe and Hazuki. So they definitely got a chance to settle things in this match. And it was a very back and forth and intense match. And sure enough, something we have not seen happen in a while, and that's Hazuki pinned. That's right. Since her return, Hazuki has not really been pinned. But sure enough, Momo Watanabe hit the Peach Sunrise for the 1-2-3 on Hazuki and defeated her. It's a big victory. That is a big victory because, like I said, since Hazuki's return, she really rarely has lost, especially in singles matches. And usually in a tag team match, she's not the one that gets pinned. Koguma is, or somebody else. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. That was a big win for Momo Watanabe. Big win. All right, next up we had a triple threat for the High Speed Championship. The champion, Queen's Quest's Azumi, defended against Stars' Koguma and Donna Del Mundo's Natsupoi. And of course, this is my type of match. I love high-speed matches. They're some of my favorites in Stardom, so I'm always going to be a little more biased on the high-speed matches, high-speed title matches. And this one definitely didn't disappoint. Definitely did not disappoint. We really got to see a lot of high speed, a lot of high-flying action from all three of these ladies. I was enjoying every moment of it. One of my favorite matches on this card, for sure. But Azumi was able to pin Natsupoi with the Azumi Sushi to win and retain the High Speed Championship. But a really interesting sequence happened afterwards as Mei Saruga comes out, who just recently won the Cinderella Rumble. And apparently they both agree on facing each other for Azumi's High Speed Championship. I am definitely all for that. Azumi versus Mei Saruga for the High Speed Championship. Sign me up. I dig it. I definitely dig it. So I definitely look forward to seeing that match. I don't think Mei Saruga wins, because, different promotion. But still, I would love to see this match. I would definitely love to see this match. I don't think this match has ever happened before. Mei Saruga and Azumi. I would love to see this match. Because I'm used to seeing Mei Saruga bounce off of the walls and everything on Gato moves. So I know she's got that high-flying ability. So I would love to see how she meshes well with Azumi. I think that could be really entertaining. So definitely looking forward to that showdown. And then we had a really, really big singles match here as Kairi, for the second night in a row, wrestles, this time singles match against Starlight Kid of Oedo Tai, who just recently won the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles with Momo Watanabe. And I have to say, these two ladies tore the house down. And honestly, it almost looked like Starlight Kid was about to pull off the upset. It looked like she was about to pull off the upset because she threw everything she could at Kairi. Everything she could. She didn't tap out to the anchor. Kairi blocked her into the anchor twice. And Starlight Kid still didn't submit. she didn't tap. And like Kyrie had that second time, she had that anchor locked in. Like Starlight Kid was bent like a pretzel. Like bent. And she did not tap out. Gotta give credit to Starlight Kid because that looked painful. But Starlight Kid hung in there as best as she could. But when the time came, ate a back fist. And Kyrie finished her off. Hit an Alabama slam. Hit an insane elbow for the 1-2-3. And Kyrie gets the victory for the second night in a row over Starlight Kid. Really great match. Really great match. Unfortunately, word is that in this match, Kyrie suffered a ruptured eardrum. She suffered a ruptured eardrum. And, you know, I don't know how long she'll be out for. But at the same time, it's like I said before, I think she pretty much... I don't think she's... It seems like she's not a full-timer. So there's no telling when she may compete again in Stardom. I mean, it could be one of those Brock Lesnar type contracts or just, you know, just her not being a full-timer. Her just being a part-timer. Because as I said before with Kyrie, I think she mainly just wants another run in Stardom. You know, maybe for this year. Maybe for this year. And then afterwards, maybe, you know, maybe not necessarily retire, but take time to be with her husband. And if she wants to start a family, she can start a family. So, hey, that could be the plan. But we'll see what happens. But hopefully she'll recover ASAP. She'll get well soon. I mean, hey, she was able to get through the match and all that. I don't know when the ruptured eardrum happened in the match, but she finished the match. She carried on. I'm sure there's a lot of pain, but hopefully Kyrie will compete again in Stardom as soon as possible. All right, we had a big 8-woman tag team match, a big showdown. Donna Del Mundo versus Prominence. Donna Del Mundo was made up of Julia, Himeka, Maika, and Thekla, taking on Prominence, made up of Risa Sera, Suzu Suzuki, Akane Fujita, and Mochi Miyagi. And for the most part, this was a pretty even matchup. Just back and forth. There was a lot of chaos in this match to the point where all 8 ladies were in the ring at once or just brawling with each other at once. Maybe some outside of the ring, some inside the ring. But definitely this match told a good story between these two teams. Because like I said, Prominence just flat out hates Julia right now. I mean, just flat out hates her. So there's a lot of animosity showed in this match. So definitely was an entertaining match. Told a good story. But at the end of the day, Julia was able to clean house and hit Mochi Miyagi with a Northern Lights bomb to get the 1-2-3, and Donna Del Mundo wins this match. But you best believe they won the battle, but the war's not over. Because like I said, Prominence and Donna Del Mundo, I think, are going to be feuding for a good while. Could last months. It could last months. And like I said, we might not see Prominence wrestle a lot, but this feud is definitely not over between them and Donna Del Mundo. So we'll see what happens next. Okay. Wonder of Stardom Championship match round 2. As Saya Kamitani defended her title against Cosmic Angels Tam Nakano. Now, we have to remember that this is pretty much a rematch because Saya Kamitani was the one that dethroned Tam Nakano for the white belt. So this is Tam getting her rematch. And I tell you, these two ladies, wow. They hit each other with everything. Star crushers, tiger suplexes, violet shootings, like super kicks, spin kicks. These ladies threw everything at each other. And honestly, for a moment, it looked like Tam was going to win the title back. It looked really, really close. It looked very close. And even Saya went for the Phoenix Splash, but missed. I kind of felt for her with that landing, and hope she was okay. But thankfully, she was okay. But that looked like a rough landing on the missed Phoenix Splash. But sure enough, Saya was able to take advantage and did a pin reversal into a pin of her own in order to get the 1-2-3 and retain the Wonder of Stardom Championship. But man, that was quite a battle these two ladies had. Quite a battle. And there you have it. 2 back-to-back successful title defenses for the Golden Phoenix, Saya Kamitani. So definitely like how they're booking her strong as the Wonder of Stardom champion. And I'm still hoping for the day that we get Saya Kamitani versus Kota Ibushi, because I want to see that intergender match. I want to see that match. I want to see that match. But, and then the main event of the top was the World of Stardom Championship, as the champ, Shuri, defended against the leader of Stars, Mayu Iwatani. Now, this was quite an epic showdown between these two ladies, because we have to remember, the last time these two ladies faced each other in a singles match, Mayu beat Shuri to retain the World of Stardom Championship. The last time these two fought, especially in a title match, Mayu beat Shuri. So there was a lot on the line in this match, especially with two greats, the current champ Shuri and the icon of Stardom, Mayu Iwatani. Mayu Iwatani, who's pretty much, I believe, won every belt in Stardom, if I remember correctly. I don't know if she's held the SWA title, but I'm pretty sure Mayu has held every belt in Stardom. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's held every belt. But yeah, these ladies definitely showed why they are who they are in this match. And there was some high flying, and I got to see a lot more strong style from Mayu Iwatani. I felt like that stuck out quite a bit. Saw a lot more strong style from Mayu. Not saying that she's incapable of that, but Mayu is typically more of the well-rounded high flyer type wrestler. But I tell you, both these ladies looked great, and they tore each other up. And there were a couple of times it looked like Mayu was going to pull it off, because Mayu was kicking out of everything, was surviving every submission attempt. Mayu was like hanging in there, a lot of resiliency. And then, the unthinkable happened. Shuri locked on, this was the second or third attempt in the match, locked on that stretch muffler type submission on Mayu, and Mayu gave up. She tapped out. Not something you normally see. Normally you don't see Mayu Iwatani tap out. I think that's very rare. Like, before this, I don't think I've ever seen Mayu tap out. So that was shocking. That was really shocking. She's not known for tapping out, at least to my knowledge. But Shuri was able to get the submission victory and retain the red belt, the World of Stardom Championship. So congratulations to her. And of course, Kairi and Saya Kamatani came out to, those three celebrated. Because, I mean, those are three ladies that not only got back-to-back victories, but Shuri and Saya Kamatani had to defend their titles twice, back-to-back. Which, when you think about it, they should have had Hanan out there, because she defended her title. Her Future of Stardom title, she defended that 2 nights in a row, back-to-back. So they really should have had her out there as well. But, I mean, Saya and Shuri are the mid-card and the top title holders in the company. So yeah, that's how they ended the show, that second show, with Kairi, Shuri, and Saya Kamatani. But I tell you, that was quite a pay-per-view. And only one title change. Only one title change. The Goddess of Stardom tag titles. So that was the only title that changed hands. But yeah, great 2 shows for this pay-per-view. Definitely enjoyed them both. A lot of great action. And Stardom is continuing to show why they're one of the top Japanese women's pro wrestling promotions. They're definitely showing that. I mean, there's good competition out there. Sendai Girls, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. There's a lot of good competition out there, but Stardom is trying to stay on top, and they look great. They look great. But yeah, let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Zack Sabre Jr. winning the New Japan Cup 2022. Was he your pick to win? Who did you originally pick to win? And do you think Zack Sabre Jr. will dethrone the champ, Okada? Do you think he'll dethrone him? He'll get his chance at Hyper Battle 22 in April 9th. So that's when he'll get his chance. And then, what did y'all think of the matches for both nights? What did y'all think of the outcomes? What do you think Shuri's new faction is going to look like? You know, she says she's leaving Donna Del Mondo and starting her own faction. Who do you think's going to join Shuri's faction? What do you think the name of the faction will be? Let me know what y'all think about that. What did y'all think about Mai Saruga winning the 18 women Cinderella Rumble and getting a future shot at the high speed title? What do y'all think of that? What did y'all think about Kairi's return? 2 nights. First was a tag team match. Second was a singles match. How do you think Kairi did? But yeah. Definitely enjoyed it. I hope y'all did as well. But yeah. Of course, next, coming up, we have the Cinderella tournament to look forward to. A lot of competitors, even competitors from outside of the promotion. It's a lot to look forward to. So, we'll see what happens. The only thing I know is Shuri and Saya Kamatani both get buys, first round buys. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Cinderella tournament coming up, should be fun. But anyway, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can catch every video I release. And hope y'all enjoy this content. And thank you so much for watching. This has been another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Jason Ingram, coming at you here on the U to the Tube. Hope everybody has a blessed day tomorrow, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.